Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Butch. This is Before It's Too Late Outdoor Adventures. Uh, Today we're actually in a state park, or it says it's a state park, but I think it's ran by the county. Uh, I don't know, whoever's running needs to clean out the damn fire pits. And I suspect that was the camp host that came through here a while ago on a side-by-side and slowed down real slow, creeping on me, because he had a bunch of stuff in the back of his side-by-side. And really, side by sides aren't allowed in the park. So I'm assuming he was the camp host. Mm. Uh, put up the blue tarp again because it's quick and easy. And I think I'm only staying here one night. Uh, I've been in a conference with all these damn mosquitoes, and they'd appreciate it if I could be out of here sometime tomorrow, is what they said. But I'll show you why. I've been in this park over an hour, probably an hour and a half, just walking around looking at different sites. Uh, there are electric sites. I think there's 15 sites total, and there's some electric, and then there's some primitive like this. And I had a nice spot over there, I thought, but it was next to a cornfield and a cow pasture. Well, there was quite a few bugs over there, so I came over here, and let me show you what I'm camped next to now. If you want to know where the mosquitoes live, let me see if I can move you over here. See that swampy area right there? I believe that's where they stays. But there is a creek over on the other side of it, but that is private property right there. And those two little orange markers right there on that fence, those are actually zip ties, I guess, so you can see that electric wire on that fence. So I don't know if he's trying to keep tourists out or cows in, but it ought to work. And it's not a bad spot, really. The road is right there, but and then there's the fire pit full of garbage. Let me see if we can get over here. It's not as bad as I have seen, but it looks like they'd clean them out every now and then because that one is about full. I'm going to get the garbage out of it to the best of my ability and just build a fire on top of that other shit, I guess. But we're looking at about one night here. And all I've done so far is leveled the van, put up the blue tarp, and then I had to sit down and fight mosquitoes for a minute and take a break. It is cooling off a little bit. It got a little warm today. Well, up to 80, nothing like it was all summer. But for the way the weather's been around here, it was warm. All right, let me get you shut off. I'll finish getting set up, and then we'll go from there. Hmm. Maybe I'll get you shut off. All right, guys, we are back. As you can see, I've got a new gadget here, and it's compliments of some friends of mine who are moving to Florida, and we're definitely downsizing. Uh, but that's going to come in handy. It was brand new. They'd never used it. Matter of fact, the regulator and everything was still twist tied inside there with a bubble wrap on it. What I'm going to try to do, and I don't know if it's going to work or not, I'm going to try to cook these corn dogs on that flat top, but I'm going to pull the stick out of them. Never tried it before, but I don't really have a microwave, so we'll try that. And then I have some leftover chili that the wife made here, I don't know, a day or so ago. And I don't know, I saw this on Facebook or something, but I've done it before. What you do, you get your corn dogs done, you split them down the middle and fold them open, put your cheese in there, which I have right here, cheddar or pepper jack, put your cheese in there and top it with chili. It's like a chili dog, only with a corn dog. But my question is, am I going to be able to get those done? Which basically they're done. You're just trying to heat up the hot dog inside. So we'll give it a shot. And if it turns out, I'll show you a picture of it. If it didn't turn out, we'll act like this never happened. All right, guys, let's see if we can build this thing. It's everything's hot. Should be good. Got our corn dogs there. Now if I can slice those open. This may taste like toenails, but hot dog feels a little warm in there. We'll heat it up good with the chili, though. I know that. Come on. I should have went ahead. What it was, I didn't feel like messing with any grease. I could have fried those corn dogs or, deep fried them. But I was lazy. So I thought I'd throw them on there, which it worked. Now I can't get in the cheese. Well then, some days it's the simplest of tasks. Man. I need to run that knife across a wet rock. Oh, hell yeah. There we go. What is that, pepper jack? Cheddar pepper jack cheese on there. Might as well go all out. Save some of that because I got a few more recipes I'm going to need that with. And top it with some of the scalding hot chili. Then maybe a little more chili. You know what I did or didn't do? I should have chopped up some onion to put on here. Too late now, I'm going to eat it. Wow. Apparently that plate was not clean. Anyway, or the liner. Plate's clean. All right, guys, I'm going to eat this and I'll get back with you later. All right, morning, everyone. We are about to make us a lovely breakfast on this Blackstone. I have some sausage, some pancake batter mixed up there, and I remembered the butter this time. It's not real butter, but it'll work. Got me a pour over ready to go there. I'm going to make this happen, guys. Let me get back with you in just a minute. I have got to get a towel. I'm going to need to wipe my hands. We have got a little fire going over there, trying to smoke some of the bugs off before they get bad. It is 62 degrees out here this morning, so it's not bad. I got 2 pieces of sausage over here on the Blackstone. Those are looking pretty good. Oh yeah. Try to shove these over to the side and see what we can do with this pancake batter if it hadn't sat here and got too thick. Woohoo, juggling. I might have more than I thought I did. Don't know that I have room for a little one anywhere. I should have been more strategic on my pancake placement. Oh well. I'll make another one maybe. Probably should have put a little butter on that griddle. I am using a plastic spatula. My buddy I got this from, Jeff, had some of the Blackstone cooking utensils, but they are packing to move to Florida, and they've sold their house, trying to buy another one in Florida, and got everything half packed up, trying to get the rest of the stuff packed up, so he couldn't find it. But luckily, I do have a plastic one. May actually get some of the Blackstone stuff one day. Got my water going for a pour over here, which should be done in a minute. Better finish this off or I'll overfill my cup. If y'all hang with me for a minute, we'll flip these pancakes and see how we're doing. I did cook corn dogs on this last night, but I've never tried anything major. Corn dogs worked out all right. Better than I expected, actually. Oh, I think that had stump water in the bottom of it or something. Got my Stanley pour over. It says Stanley right there. And we're in the process of getting us some hot water going here. I didn't pick the best vessel in the world to fry it in, but it'll work, or boil it in. I ain't frying it. We're about ready to give these pancakes a flip, I do believe. They say when it gets dry around the edges and bubbly in the middle, that they're ready to flip. We'll give them another minute. These sausage patties are probably could come off of there, but I want to kind of keep them warm. Let's see if we're ready for a flip. Well, would you look at that? Could have went a little longer, I think. Oh well, it'll be good enough. I believe our water is about ready. It is 62 degrees out here. The bugs aren't bad yet. Like I say, I started me a little fire and I had it smoking good, which was what I was shooting for. But it's actually caught up now and doing like it's supposed to, which will be fine. Would you look at that? Tell you what, though, while they're sitting there, let's see about melting some of this butter. I have got to remember to put me a regular butter knife in there. I do have a couple of steak knives. Not like I actually ever have any steak, but well, that's what kills me. Some of the guys on YouTube obviously are doing way better than I am. You got 17, 18-year-old kids out there eating steak for every meal when they're camping. Me, I'm lucky I got pancakes and sausage. I would say I'd be eating Spam, but that's just as expensive as steak anymore. And bologna, which I love fried bologna. I like fried bologna sandwiches and I like fried bologna for breakfast. But that's about as pricey as steak anymore too. So we just make do with what we can pick up cheap or we got laying around the house. I don't think my wife will miss it. All right, guys. I think we've all seen this show before. I'm going to get this pour over started. If that's not too hot. Oh, no. Get those pancakes off there, and we are going to eat breakfast. All right, guys, get back with you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I'll try to give you a little overview of the park. Let me get that off of there. Might want to pause it and read that. I don't know. Theodore F. Clark Park, donated to the state, 1920. Mr. Clark settled here and operated a sawmill on Wolf Creek from 1855 to 1863. Site of cabin 200 yards north. His home till 1858. That is north straight through there. But this is where we're at. Like I say, it says it's a state park, but I believe it's operated by the county. And, it's not a bad park. I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it, but I will tell you this, it's quiet. Like I said, the only person I've seen is the guy on the side-by-side yesterday. There is another camper in here, but there was no one around when I got here. But I believe they came in last night after I went inside the van because I heard car doors closing up there this morning and somebody leaving. So I'm assuming they're just staying there and going to work every day. But you know how that is. You never know what people are really up to. But that's what I would think. And this would be a great place to do it. Like I said, there is, I don't know, I want to say there's 15 sites. And I know for a fact there is 4 primitive, maybe 5. Yeah, there is 5 primitive. There's the playground. pretty sporty. And there's also some more swings over there in the distance, if you can see those. And see if we can get around here. You'll have to excuse me for huffing and puffing in the microphone. You know, I did walk all the way over here. Now I got to walk back. There is two huge, I guess you'd call them Adirondack chairs. Restrooms are back there. They are stocked with toilet paper and everything, but there's little flies all in there. So, you know, I couldn't do business with that. Pavilion. And there is a water hookup. Over there's trash receptacles. I don't know, there's about 6 garbage cans. And that's also where you self-register. And over here, of course, you can't drive in this area, so you couldn't pull your camper in here and fill it up. But there is a hydrant right there. If you needed water, I guess you could carry it to your camper. Or if you just needed water for anything, they do have it. And this cuts through over to the other side of the campground. Well, to where the campgrounds are. This is a day use area here. Pretty sketchy looking bridge, but it holds me up. It's just a ditch. And what we're coming up on here is the electric sites. You know, judging from the fire pits, I don't think this part gets used a whole lot. I mean, you know, there's old stuff in them, but you know, nothing like anybody's really been building fires lately. But those are electric sites all the way to the end down there. I think the one on the very end is a primitive site. And then all the way to there on the other side of the campground, which we'll cut through this little trail over here to it. Might be a bad idea. I need to get my cardio in anyway this morning, but I shouldn't have wore my damn flip-flops. Should have put on some sensible shoes. You can drive through there, but this there's a trail right here that comes up in the back of a campsite over here. We'll take the trail. Let me see if I can. I don't know if you can see my van down there in the woods or not, but I'm over there in a site all by itself. Hopefully we don't run upon a big bad wolf in here. There wasn't any trolls under the bridge, so we may be good. Cows are over here at the gate. This is where I initially stopped yesterday, over here on the corner. But I guess between the cows and the corn, the bugs are digging this area. Well, it looks like somebody's had a fire in there lately. It looks like they would have took their damn garbage with them. There's 2 more primitive sites. And there is a hiking trail over there, which I did hike it. It goes along the side of that pasture, not between it and the cornfield. And it goes back to a creek back there. But the bank's so steep you can't get down in there. Let's see what the cows have to say this morning. Don't run from me, little buddy. I'm trying to make you famous on YouTube. Come here. Oh, check out that frog. How you doing? Come here, cow. Come here. Come here. Bring one of your buddies. What about you? Now that one standing there by the tree posing, that is going to be a tasty critter one day. Don't tell his mama, though. What, you hear me talking about eating your baby? All right, guys, cows ain't having it. Anyway, pretty cool. See if you can hang with me till I get back to my camper. Or see if I can hang with me till I get back to the camper. Those might want to talk about it. I don't know. Kind of odd, though, having a cow pasture right here beside the campground. But hey, welcome to Iowa. Land of hog enclosures, cow pastures, and corn. And soybeans. Morning, cow. Yeah, they're not a very sociable lot, are they? Trying to get back around here to my camper before this turns into a 2-hour video. If you like this type of content, feel free to hit the like button, leave a comment, and share, subscribe, whatever. All of it helps. It helps with the algorithm, gets me a few more views, and the views are where the money comes from if I ever make any money off of it. It's, I don't know, it's kind of rough. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do, but it's not really paying right now. And like this campsite, it's only $10 a night. But when you camp 2 or 3 nights a week, that adds up. And I do try to find the free or cheap campsites. Unfortunately, there's not many free ones in Iowa. That's the bad thing. All right. I see nobody snuck in here and tried to do my dishes while I was gone. We may have to get on that. That's where I was hanging out with the bullfrogs last night. All right, guys. Cut you off here, and we'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys. We have left the campground and struck out on a different adventure. I don't know if you can even hear me. There's a guy with a pressure washer over there. We are in downtown Gladbrook, Iowa. And if I can get you turned around here, I'll show you why we're here. Hold on. We are at Matchstick Marvels, created by Patrick Acton. And as luck would have it, they're not open yet. They're open 1 to 5 daily. So we got some time to kill because I don't think it's even noon yet. I don't know what you can do in Gladbrook, Iowa. I saw 2 bars. Both those were closed up. Guy pressure washing looks excited. But we're going to try to get in here. It's also located in the same building as the City Hall. They do have a theater here. But I think for now, I'll just jump back in the van and maybe fix me some lunch. We'll see how that goes. All right, get right back with you. All right, guys, I think while we're waiting on them to open, because we got like an hour and 10 minutes, we're going to go find something to do, find a little park or somewhere where we can park and fix some lunch. I'll let you know when we do something. All right, guys, we have made it to the, I guess it's Tama County Veterans Memorial Park. And on all of these tables, It has what I'm assuming is bricks with the names of veterans in them on them, and some of them has their units. Some of them just says, well, that guy was a Korean POW. Some of them has the years they served. Army, National Guard, Navy. But there are a bunch of those tables with the names on the bricks. Over here, I'm assuming, are the KIAs from this county. Looks like 5 from World War I, 6 from World War I, none in Korea, then 7 from Vietnam, and in World War II, there's quite a few. Then there was also 5 POWs, it looks like. Wow, pretty impressive for one county in Iowa, isn't it? They have all the branch flags flying. Of course, the POWMIA flag, the United States flag, and it looks like they need, I can't tell what that is, a Navy flag. That one is whooped, which I'm sure their local VFW or American Legion probably takes care of this. Now over here is Freedom Rock, and there's one of these in all 99 counties in Iowa. One guy, Bubba Sorensen, travels around and paints these. This one was in 2014. The one in our county, I'm not sure when we got it, but the American Legion riders were instrumental in getting it done, and they take care of it still to this day. We have fundraisers and all kind of stuff to raise money to take care of it. These are pretty cool. Well, guys, I am gonna hop in the van, fix me a little bit of lunch, and I guess kill time till the Matchstick place opens. It's supposed to be pretty incredible. We're gonna find out. All right, I'm gonna eat, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys, we have made it inside Matchstick Marvels in Gladbrook, Iowa. They are open from 1 to 5 daily, except Easter and Thanksgiving. It is $5 to get in, and they do require cash. But once you see this, you'll realize it's money well spent. Everything in here is made out of matchsticks. And I don't know if I can even zoom out enough to, there we go. This guy is a genius. Look at the detail on that. I know the lighting's not good with the window behind me, but that is the USS Iowa. Let me get back. An American bald eagle. That is a Conestoga wagon. I don't know if you can tell how big it really is, but this is not completed. Let me back up here. He plans on completing it this winter. So, and when it's completed, Tinkerbell is going to be flying around the top of it mechanically somehow. USS Nimitz. And you have to realize all of this is made out of matchsticks. He makes it in his basement, then brings it here in pieces and assembles it. That is the USS Sullivan, named after the 5 Sullivan brothers from Waterloo, Iowa. You might want to Google those one day when you're not doing nothing. That is a tree. That is all out of like shaved matchsticks. And an Apache helicopter. That is huge, people. That is the USS Capitol. That is a lunar module, and this is interactive. Let's see. Hmm. For some reason, I can't really hear it, but let's see. It says egress hatch. This opens it. Now let's see if we can close it. That is too cool. This is your lunar module adapter. It says open and close. Where in the heck is that? We're going to open it. I'm not sure where it is. I can hear it moving. There is audio, but I'm not sure where the speaker is. Anyway, that is the Cutty Shark. P-51 Mustang. Folks, I'm not sure if that is copyrighted or not, so we're going to try to skip around that. The Wright Flyer. Where pair-off rifle and limber. Looks like a cannon. He's been doing this since 1977, and he's still doing it. And I believe he is 70-something years old. Brontosaurus. That looks like an SR-71 Blackbird. Yes, it is. Man. Notre Dame de Paris, apparently before the fire, which I believe it's rebuilt now. Man, this is just incredible. And he has more than this. If you'll look on that TV over there, it's that is a car he built. I wish it would show it. Well, all right, folks, this is it. If you ever get yourself to Gladbrook, Iowa, stop into Matchstick Marvels. All right, we got to go find a camping spot for tonight. Well, that was certainly interesting. And his largest projects aren't in there. The largest one is a steampunk locomotive, I think. There's a full-size Dodge Charger, and there's pictures of them all on the wall that tell you where they're at. But I don't think I did it justice, so you got to get here yourself. Matchstick Marvels in Gladbrook, Iowa. All right, let's go find a camping spot. All right, campers, I think we have finally found the hidden gem of Iowa, which it's kind of tricky to find. You don't see the sign, and if you follow your GPS, it takes you to a trailhead. But if you look, they have a dump station, and they have dumpsters, or a dumpster, and they have a restroom. But the rest of the story, this is the handicapped restroom or the whatever, but this thing is clean and it has a shower. And you know, I really need to get next to a shower, I think. But I think the electric sites, well, I'm not sure how much they are. I'll let you know in a minute. I know primitive are $10 a night, which I got a primitive site. But same with this side, shower, all the facilities, and they're clean too. Damn, look at that dude over there. He's good looking. All right, we're going to get over here and throw our envelope in the box. I did already pick out a campsite and was just going to park and come back up here and pay. Well, a little further back there than I'm walking. It is quite the distance. These are all electric in here. Then there's another set back in the woods over there that are all electric. And then if you're lucky enough to take the right turn, you'll find the primitive. But there's only one of them that you can drive your vehicle into, actually back in there. The rest of them are walk-in sites that I could tell. There you go, $20 a night for electric, $10 for non-electric. All right, we're going to throw our little $10 in here and call it good. Maybe. There it goes. And there is potable water right there. I wish one of you guys would remind me to put a hose in my van. For some reason, I do not have one in there, because now would be an excellent opportunity for me to refill my holding tank. This place is cool. Wait till I get you back to the site we're going to camp at. Matter of fact, let me shut you off and I'll take you back there now. All right, guys, I might have been a little hasty when I picked my spot. The electric sites in this campground look way good, well maintained, which it's all mowed, but half of the primitive sites, you can see one over there, and the rest of them are tucked back in the woods. They either have no fire ring or no picnic table or something. But when I saw this one, when I pulled in and made this circle, I thought, well, that's the one I want, because you could actually back your vehicle in there. Those over there are all walk-in. So I backed my vehicle in here. Then I started finding trash, which ain't no big deal. I can pick it. I ain't sure about that Kotex applicator, but I can pick up the rest of it. I might have some gloves in there. Then That is the fire ring. Man, that thing is tall. I ain't got enough wood. Then, on top of that, I got the bonus dirty diaper. The picnic table looks like crap. I don't know. But plenty of garbage to go around. I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure I can't haul it. I don't know, guys. You know, some people don't need to be out in public, I guess. But I've already paid, and I'm not going to waste $10. So this is my home for the evening. There is a creek over there. If I can get over here where I can show you. Right over there where that concrete's piled. That's to keep the creek bank from washing. But what there also is an electric fence between me and that concrete, or me and the creek. So I'm assuming that is private property. But I don't know. We'll make the best of it. I'm not even going to set up an awning or anything. I'm just going to, I don't know, level out my van, clean out that fire pit and pick up some junk. Maybe move that picnic table if I can. And go from there. Well, that don't look sketchy, does it? See if you can see it moving. It's a suspension bridge just over a little creek. And what I was doing was out here hiking around trying to find a place where I could fish in that creek. But the bank's so steep I can't get to it. All right, guys. Ooh, let me get off this thing. Man. All right. Tune in from my next video and I'll tell you where I'm at. All right, guys, there is no good way to film in here. The lighting is terrible, which I'm getting ready to change that up. Hopefully I got some switches and a fuse block coming, so we can work on that. I hiked over 3 miles today, and that's why we're not outside cooking supper. I am wore the hell out. My hips hurt, my feet hurt, everything hurts. I had big extravagant plans for supper and gave up on that. That and the mosquitoes were wearing my ass out. So what we got, I have some Spam with bacon. I don't know if you can see it. Spam with bacon. Can't go wrong. I have some tortillas. And I have some shredded pepper jack cheese. I have a jar of salsa. I think it's the cheapest stuff you can get. About $1.99. And I have some diced tomatoes and diced onions. Somehow we're going to try to make some tacos out of this. It's going to be quick and easy, and I'll show you a picture of it when I get done, if it works. All right, see you in a minute. All right, guys, we've got our Spam done. We're going to try to heat up these tortillas in the same skillet that we cooked the Spam in. Hopefully. Who knows? We'll see. I have to do something about the lights in here. Oh yeah, this ain't going to take but a second. Better get my other stuff ready. My tomatoes, my onions, my cheese. You know what? I should have brought some sour cream, and I had some too. And I thought about bringing it, but then I decided, nah, I won't need that. Yep, wrong again, jackass. One tortilla. Heat up the second one while I'm making this. Let me show you the assembly process, if there is a process. Got my Spam. Get a little of that on there, or a lot, whatever half of it is. Well, maybe half, because most of it's going on the counter. Luckily, I did wash the counter today several times after I got through splashing water all over it. All right, got our meat on there. Well, there's got to be a better way to make a video. Get a little tomato on there, or a lot of tomato, because tomato's good for you, I guess. I ain't never heard of nobody dying from it. A little bit of onion. And some cheese. And I think I'm burning my other tortilla while I'm sitting here messing with this. Oh yeah, that's warm. Then we'll get a little salsa on here. All right, guys, there we go. That's what's for supper. A Spam taco. Yeah, that's what it is. Can't go wrong. And luckily I have two of them. Once I get everything put back together. All right, guys, I will see y'all in the morning, because when I get done with this, I am going to bed. I cannot tell a lie. See you in the morning. All right, guys, it's about 7 o'clock. I guess this is Saturday morning. We got the van all packed up. And the reason I opened the door this morning and was going to get out for a few minutes and just walk around just right after daylight. And man, the mosquitoes were thick. So I figured I would pack up, get ready to roll. I just stopped and dumped my garbage. I wish I had a hose I could fill my freshwater tank up. I might find me a dollar store today and see if they have a white hose at the dollar store. I don't know. But we're going to roll out of here and probably stop somewhere and fix us some breakfast here in a little bit. I don't know if we can find a roadside park or something like that, and eat a little breakfast, then head on to the house. They are getting ready for some kind of walking event here today. When on the way out from my campsite, which is way over in the back, I saw a bunch of signs saying Iowa's Walking Club, and then they had some signs on the trails pointing which way they were walking, I guess. But anyway, we're going to get out of here before they get here and do something different. All right, guys, thanks for watching. All right, guys, we are on the way home. I'm not kidding you. But the map took me a long ways out of my route, I thought. Put me on Highway 20 and right by here. If I was a real van life kind of guy, I would spend the night in their parking lot. But unfortunately, if I'm in a casino parking lot and I go in that building, I'll need gas money when I leave. So we are not going to stay here, but wouldn't be a bad place to eat breakfast. Only I don't think they even have a buffet in there anymore. All right, guys, let's get back on the road. All right, guys, I'm still on the way home, and I found this little roadside park, so I thought I'd pull over and get me something to drink out of the ice chest or the cooler, and just kind of stretch my legs for a minute. And you know what's right next to the roadside park? That's right, a cemetery. I don't know, kind of odd having a roadside park at a cemetery, but you never know. Of course, we are in Iowa. There's corn and soybeans as far as you can see. But I don't know. I guess we'll take a little break and check on these folks. I don't think they're coming for breakfast. Terry Cemetery Restoration and Repair. Huh. Didn't know that was a business, but there you go, folks. You saw it here. Looks like a fairly old cemetery. I'll see if we can find an old one. Stay off these dead folks, I know that. I'm fairly certain there's some in here that aren't marked. Well, that's kind of old. 1836 to 1911. 1838 to 1900. Man, and all their kids are over here too, it looks like. 1879, 1879, 1879, 1879, 1879. Well, everywhere from November 16th to December 11th. You got to wonder what happened to that. Well, that was the whole family. Man, 1879 was a bad year for them. They must have got, I don't know, what they have back then, scarlet fever or something. I don't know. Can't be good. There's an old one, but I can't read it. Looks like that one died in 1899. Huh. 1881 to 1899, so she wasn't very old. Wow. I don't know, guys. Baby Gretchen. Man. 1909 to 1916. 1907 to 1986. That one lived quite a while. Man. Huh. 1878 to 1945, 1879 to 1955. They were married in 1904. Wow. Yeah, I don't know, people. Infant daughter died in 1929. 1855 to 1920. 1862 to 1918. Times were hard on the prairie back in them days. Looks like that girl lived from May 7th till December 29th back in 1907. Man. All right, guys, that's about depressing enough. Like I said, I'm going to get me something to drink out of the refrigerator. Then I'm going to hit the road. I have got to get home, I guess. I appreciate everybody watching. If you get a chance, hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit that one too.